New crafting details, a new hero, and talk of a new dimension. We're stinking up your home right now.
Coming at you live from StinkPot Studios, it's the StinkPot Shack Show.
Welcome back. I think we got audio this time, guys. This is the StinkPot family. We're here for the StinkPot Shack Show. Welcome back, everybody. Special thanks to everyone that helped me sort out my audio issues. I was getting text and I was getting people in chat letting me know that my chat audio was gone. So I think I'm good now. I see my mic, distributing the level bar. So I know I got mic transmitting now. But here we go. So we're Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. You can find us here on the StinkPot Shack Show. Tuesdays is our Clash of Clans days. Thursday is Clash Royale. Thursday is Art of Conquest tonight, and then Sunday will be Clash Royale. So, as of right now, we've been streaming for about a month. I've got 42 subscribers. Thank you, everybody who have subscribed so far. If you're new to this channel, or if you're watching this replay, then feel free and consider subscribing to this channel, because we're here same time, 3 times a week. So, we'll talk about things to come as we get going, but tonight it is Art of Conquest, everybody. So, one thing I want to start off tonight by saying is, if you are one of those lucky 42 subscribers, comment below and tell me something about you that I don't already know. Whatever comes to mind, keep your comments respectful, and, we'll get going from there. So, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to discover some new upcoming features that may or may not land in the final version of the game. I'm talking about the PTR changes, and that stands for the Public Test Realm, that some members of the community get to attend and check out some of the update notes before it gets here. So before we get into all that, let's first talk about Art of Conquest. Just talk about it in general. Now, unfortunately, there's been a lot of negative comments come out recently, and that's because a lot of the servers, they're getting full, or they're just getting to be dominated by one particular kingdom, and that's not fun for the people that aren't in that kingdom. I'm on Area 51, and as you can see by our map, we are all blue here, all dark blue actually, the Skarn Kingdom. So, originally when I started this server with some of my clan mates, we started over here in Ikaram, the Purple Kingdom. But then the migration happened, and people started migrating to the larger kingdom, which at our time was Neferak. Neferak was the Yellow Kingdom, and they just dominated this entire server. And we had a one strong clan over here in Skarn, so I didn't really want to change from purple, but everyone else in my house was changing, so we all went dark blue, and now we're that server that has dominated, we're the house and kingdom that has dominated this entire server. So, that leaves a lot of questions about the state of the game right now. Should I merge? The server merge is what they're talking about. Everyone's talking about the server merge that's coming, and I've looked everywhere. I cannot find an official comment about any server merge happening. I just see speculation on Facebook, I see speculation in game, in the kingdom chats, in the world chats, or whatever. But I don't have any confirmation anywhere that there's actually going to be a server merge. Now the theory, from what I hear as it would go, is this map here would be joined to another server via another map. So it's basically this whole entire map versus another server's entire map, and you try to control it that way. That's the theory behind the server merge. But I would think the infrastructure and logistics behind making it happen is completely convoluted, completely complicated, because, some of my background, doing that, it's definitely possible. Plenty of games do server merges, but, as buggy as the game is right now, if you try to do a server merge, I think that would introduce a whole new level of bugs that, frankly, the developers may not be prepared for right now, because they keep busting out this new content to us, and they're not really going back and fixing the bugs. So that's another negative comment I keep reading about. So yeah, that's one question. Another question is, should I switch kingdoms? Especially on my server where Dark Blue is dominating. some of my house members, they want to go to another, you know, like purple or yellow or, you know, any other color just to have somebody attack, just to have something to do. And that really defeats the whole purpose of playing this game, in my opinion. If you have to keep switching kingdoms just to make it fun, then number one, you don't really understand what this game is all about, and number two, you know, you just have to be patient with it, because, you know, from my standpoint, there's two types of gamers in the online world. And there's that gaming community that just wants to power rush through everything and then they move on to another game. Well, that's fine. If that's your preference, that's how you enjoy playing. You know, a lot of game developers prefer you to be that way because the more games you play, the more money they make. So, as for me, I'm kind of like a purist, a completist. I want to get through everything this game has to offer before I move on to another game. And I want to form a community and meet friends and do all that social aspect from what the online community can provide. That's the type of play I, you know, want to be. So I'm patient. I have no interest in switching to another kingdom just to have somebody to fight. So that goes to the question is, well, why should I keep playing this game? What else is there to do? You know, if you're in the 300 power K plus range, you may not think there's much to do. And if you're just starting a new game, you might be overwhelmed with everything that there is to do. So I'm just going to highlight some things that I think you can do in the meantime while we wait for this update. So, you know, first thing I want to talk about is something that people may or not, you know, think is a major feature of the game, but I think it's definitely a major feature of what's to come in the game, and that's the shopping, the markets, the blacksmiths, you know, the potion shops. So let's go over each one of those in detail and see what they can provide. So, if you're not familiar with this map, depending on your zoom level, will dictate what shows up on the map. So you want to get to the point where you can just see the symbols. Those green symbols and those exclamation marks and the purple helmet symbols. That's the view you want to be at right now. So we're going to start right here in the middle and go to the market. And hopefully nobody robs that cart that I just left. Because I started way over on the east side of the land of Nor, and it took like 11 minutes to get over to my city. Yeah, city. So if we go to the market, you'll see everything's been sold, and that's because we have 37 minutes left before this gets restocked again. And if you've ever tried to shop here, it's like vultures. So when that countdown gets to like 5-minute mark, you're gonna see like 3, 4, 5, 6 people just jump in here, and they're just gonna be waiting for that countdown clock to end. And as soon as it hits 0, you gotta be one of the lucky few that can click fast enough and buy some of these items here. So basically what the market is you just basically trade in resources to get some of these resources. You can get, you know, all these items here, they revolve, they rotate, so you may not see the same thing every time. So we got right now lumber, blood diamonds, gold, and mithril in here. So you basically got to give another one of your resources whatever it asks for. Where it says sold, it's going to show what it costs when it opens back up. So that's what you need to pay attention to. And there's multiple markets on the map, so that's just one of them. And there's a different kind of shop out here we're going to venture to next. This is the only one on the map. It's called Blacksmith. It is near to the west of Hawkspire, and you can see it's a little black roofed building with a little blacksmith area graphic in the front. So we're going to go over to there real quick. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Juanitimo, hola, ¿cómo estás? No me gusta trabajar. I only 3 años en español solamente. So there we are. So here at the blacksmith, this is where I think all levels of players can cater to this, because this has your high-end gear. These yellow items here, you're not going to find them anywhere else in the game except at this blacksmith shop. And that's just for now, because when the crafting update hits, these items may become obsolete, I don't know, but there's definitely going to be better items than what you see here now when that crafting system gets updated with the game. So you can see that it costs 1,800 Linari for these yellow items, and that might seem like a monumental expense for you, and that's what I was talking about earlier, is the shop is your friend. Patron is your friend. If you've never been a patron before, I very strongly encourage you. And that's another negative comment I hear a lot about people that play this game is, oh, I can't win, it's pay to win. But that's not necessarily true. It's all a part of the effort you put into the game. So yeah, there's people out there, you know, I've read a story where there's a guy that spent 50 grand on this game and got to like 1 million power and no one could touch him. So yeah, that's a little extreme case of the pay to win scenario. But in my case, the only actual money I've spent on this game is this patron status. So what I recommend is just buy it for the first time. It's only $1. It's only going to cost you $1, so there's very minimal risk there. And just try it out for 30 days. If you don't feel like it's beneficial to you, then don't. But what I can tell you is that the end game of this game pretty much, in my opinion, requires you to be patron, because with patron status you get 100 Linari every day for 30 days. And if you don't have the patron status, the only other way to get Linari as of right now is these random emails the dev team will send out about content they want you to know about. And you can see at the bottom, they'll give you Linari and some resources there. And if you're not patron, that is really the only way you're going to get Linari. So getting up to 1,800 to 2,000 Linari, you know, these emails come out, I would say, maybe 3 times a month, sometimes more, sometimes less. So you're really only looking at possible 500 Linari a month if you're not patron, as opposed to 3 grand plus if you are patron. So that's quite a bit of a difference. And that patron status is only $5 a month afterwards, so it really helps you to be competitive. And like I said, you know, I'm at 183. My power should be a lot higher because that migration hit and they refunded a lot of our stuff that we paid on research. So I'm sitting on 460,000 elixir and 270,000 gold that I haven't even used yet. So I could be well into the 200 power if I were to use that. But, you know, I'm kind of a hoarder, a stingy guy. I keep thinking something's going to come later down the road where I'm going to need a whole bunch of gold and a whole bunch of elixir at once. So I'm kind of holding on to it just to see where the game goes for now. Probably in the next update I'll blow through it. But that's where we are with that. And there's pretty much only 2 more other types of shopping shops you can go to. And the other one is, let's see, where's my green ones at? So we've seen the market, we've seen the blacksmith, and the next one we're going to go visit is Maffa's, I don't know how you pronounce it, but the item shop. So let's head on over there, and we'll see the item shop. And you're going to see this shop is probably just one step down on quality items from the blacksmith shop. Your blacksmith shop has more of your purples and your yellows, and this item shop is more going to have your blues and purples. So, wait for my horse to get there. You may notice I'm a girl on my horse, and that's because I didn't realize when you started the game, whatever hero you pick first, that's who ends up being on your horse. So, yeah, I'm stuck with a girl on my horse. So, that's that. We're just... oh. Still not there yet. I must have hit something to stop it. So we're almost there. And, bam. So like I said, more of your blues and your purples are in this shop. And you can see the Linari cost is a lot less than the other one. It was like 800 and 1800 in the blacksmith, but here it's just 100 and 500. So if you're not a patron, this more might be affordable for your liking if you're just adamant about becoming a patron. So that's a shop you could utilize. And then there's one more type of shop, and that's called the witch shop. And the witch shop is basically just going to be potions. There's going to be 2 kinds of potions there. the recovery potion and the energy potion, and those are both for your heroes. So the recovery potion is when your hero gets injured in battle. You can, instead of waiting for that countdown, you can just pop one of these recovery potions and they'll lose their injured status. And then if you're out of energy, of course, you can pop an energy potion to recover 5 energy for your heroes. So that is the shopping side of things. Now, what else is there to do? We've only covered shopping. Obviously I'm not going to cover the combat side of things because that's the main thing to do in this game. So doing your quest, and secondly doing your escort missions are going to be the primary things you can do without engaging in PvP. But if you are on a server that hasn't been dominated, there's going to be PvP opportunities for you. And, we'll cover that in a different video if you guys are interested in knowing more in depth. But I think for the most part by now, everybody has learned how to do PvP. And if you don't, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to cover a topic you might be interested in on a later week. But for now, we're just going to focus on, what is there to do if I don't want to do combat, if my server's overrun by one particular kingdom, what else is there to do? So, another thing you can do is, like I said, there's these purple icons out here that have these shields on them. So, purple helmets, and these are recruitment centers. So, you're only one race, but these recruitment centers allow you to recruit troops from other races that you don't have access to. Now, the good news about it is, what I just said, you have access to troops you normally wouldn't have, but the downside is the troop levels seem to be pretty low. For example, these Rakan Ninja Assassins are level 5, and I've never seen them change from level 5. Every time I've come here to try and recruit, they've always been level 5, but they are silver troops, so that's kind of a bonus. But if you truly want a random troop, there's only 2 places you can go, and they are called Elite Mercenary Camps. So we'll head to one now. Elite Mercenary Camp, just to the west of Devilmar. And it's a good thing, I guess, Dark Blue does control most of the map, because I think for the recruitment, even if you don't control the area, you can still go recruit. But all the escort missions in the shops, I don't think you can. So that's one good thing that I can show you guys a lot of stuff tonight, because our kingdom has pretty much dominated the server. So once I get down here to this Elite Mercenary Camp, I can't remember if I've used it today already. So basically, you don't get to see what troops you recruit. You click on it, you spend like 2,000 gold, and it just randomly gives you a troop. See, I've already used that one. So there's it counting down. So in 4 hours, I'll be able to use it again. But I can tell you one thing. This is probably the most lucrative recruitment center, because this is the only one, the Elite Mercenary Camps. There's one there, and there's one over here in Ethos, or near Ethos, yeah, right there. Elite Mercenary Camp. These 2 camps are the only 2 camps that I know of that you have a very small chance of getting a gold troop. I have gotten out, I still have them. Let me go to my wall. And these, where are they at? These mounted archers right here, I got from one of the Elite Mercenary Camps. It's a gold level 5 mounted feather shot. It's those horses that shoot arrows while they're mounted. So I put those suckers, I used them for a long time, and then when I switched to the Dwarf race, I stuck them on my wall. So, and I've also gotten these sorcerers from the Elite Mercenary Camps, and you can see, and that's the downside to getting the golds there, is I haven't gotten a gold higher than level 5. But that might be because at the time I was probably only level 5. But, as far as the other recruitment centers go, I have gotten, higher levels. Like, for example, where is he at? It's like these Goblin Riders are level 6, and I've gotten some level 7 troops as well. So, I think it scales based upon what level you are, but I haven't taken the time to confirm that. But if anybody can confirm that, you know, let me know. So, because I'm interested in knowing if that's the case. So, yeah, so those are the recruitment centers. You know, it costs a minimal amount of gold, and you can really ramp up a lot of troops that way for very, you know, it's a lot quicker than building them yourself. Because, see, my bronze army, I have 1,000 out of 1,065. Well, I used to have a ton of those recruit guys, and I was probably at like 1,400 of 1065. So I had way over the limit, and that's the thing. You can just keep getting and getting troops as much as you want. And then if you kind of want to recycle the troops later, if you decide, hey, I don't really need this, meaning like, for example, if I go into my troops now, let me find see these level 7 guys. I have 209 of these level 7 skeletons, and I've only gotten these guys because I'm obviously not Lich. I've never been Lich, and so I've only gotten these through the recruitment centers. But one thing they changed in the last update is you can kind of recycle these guys now. So if I want to disband some of them, see it says at the bottom, reclaimed resources. I can get some of my gold back. So I'll go ahead and just get rid of 100 of them, and I'll get 2,600 gold back. So bam, 2,600 gold recycled, and you know, that can be a little gold boost for you, you know, later on in the game. So now I'm at 900. So now I have more room for higher quality troops if I want to build. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for shopping and for troop recruitment. So let's go on to our next item here, which is I migrated for this video to Dwarf probably about 3 weeks ago, because I did a Dwarf video, and I do want to get back to doing more Dwarf videos. But the problem is, most of the gold Dwarf units that I want to showcase on this channel are very expensive. So I have some going right now. I finally got some of these guys going. I got a whole in there at 8 units in a group, so I finally got enough resources where I could build all 8 at the same time. So I got these bombardiers coming at me, but they cost me like 900 crystals to get them, so it takes a while for me to get 900, and now I'm down to 147, and on Mithril I'm at 1100, because I'm trying to get to 1500, because once I do that, then I can buy this bad boy, which is the Thunder Fist. So it does an insane amount of damage, I hope. But like I said, it costs 1594 mithril and 17k go. That's insanely expensive. So my apologies to you guys. I meant to get to these dwarf units a lot quicker, but I did not realize how long it was going to take to make a full and complete dwarf army. So once I get to that point, then I'll go back and we'll revisit the dwarfs and look at their army and see how they rate to humans and the other races out there. And then hopefully I can get that video out there before the Racken race comes out, because when that update hits, I want to go to Racken and start comparing that race for you guys as well. So lots of stuff to come for me in the future videos. But for now, we're stuck on dwarfs. I have a few troops already. I have some engineers. I have... This is, if you're lucky enough to be Duke of a city, you get these super units, and the dwarf super unit is this Steam Bastion, which he is deadly in battle. So yeah, I try to keep a hold on him, level 6. And so yeah, I got a couple more. I got some silvers down here, some gun people, some technicians. So yeah, I'm slowly ramping up my dwarf army, but they're just not. I'm just not getting them as fast as I had hoped to get them. So that's a quick recap on where we are with the dwarf videos. And the next thing I want to talk about is the race I just alluded to, is the Racken race. So when this update hits, everybody's going to flood and they're going to be Racken because it's new. So that might pose a problem. I'm not too sure how that's going to affect your server as a whole. But, everybody wants to try the new stuff. So I would imagine there's going to be a flood of the Rackens. And from what I've seen so far, they bring a lot of new special abilities. There's a lot of new items that have stats that we've never seen before. So, but I'll get talking about more of that when we get into the crafting section of our discussion. So, before I go any further tonight, I just want to do a quick little legal thing. So, I do not work for Lilith Games. I'm just an obsessive video game freak, just like you guys. And I've been playing video games since Atari came out. If you don't know what Atari is, go Google it. So, but I'm pretty much telling you I'm an old man. I've been playing forever. So 30 plus years of gaming is a lot. So I'm obsessed with it. Also, the information mentioned in this video is not insider information. You are able to research everything I'm about to cover on the interweb. So I find the same information. I'm just using this video as a collective point for you guys, so you don't have to go out there and research. And any discoveries that I have made and disclosed to you tonight is about the upcoming update. And what I'm about to show you may or may not be in the official 1.15 release, because it was just information I found on the public test realm. So there we have it. There's my little legal mumble jumble for the night. And let's get into it. So this is all new stuff coming. I don't have screenshots or anything because frankly I'm new to streaming and I don't know if there's ramifications for me showing stuff like that before it's released, in an official version. So we're just gonna talk about it. I've seen other videos out there where they have, information about it. So I know I'm able to at least disclose the information. So we'll just do that for tonight. There's other videos you guys can Google if you want to see the actual footage of it, but just come on back and we'll just keep talking about it. So one thing that they're going to be adding is going to be in the shop. So in the shop, I'm just simulating right now, obviously. So you'll go to the shop and there's going to be a new item called hero chests. So this is just my speculation, but on the public test realm it declares that the Jacques hero, which this guy here, this hero, he is available on the public test realm from September 19th, which was two days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago until October 3rd. Now, I'm just speculating here, and what I say by he's on the public test realm, he's available to get in those hero chests. So, when the update hits, there's going to be a hero chest here that's similar, very similar to, very similar to this chest right here. There's going to be a new chest. So this chest right here, you can only open every 24 hours. I have 16 minutes, so I'll open this up when it's available. But you can only open up every 24 hours, and then once you open it up, you can open up another one for 150 Linari if you want to use that. So that's the mithril chest as we know now. But there's another chest coming in this update called the hero chest. And that date I gave you, September 19th through October 3rd, Jacques may be available. You might find him in one of those hero chests. So it's essentially giving you another free hero, because right now, if you go to the ranks, once you become Marquise, you get Virion. And that's pretty much the last free hero the game gives you. So I think, it's definitely so. Virion's the last guy you can get unless you selected him when you first started. But so you get Viscount, you get Gazul, and some of the other ones. But that's the the last one. So this hero chest is allowing you to get another brand new hero, but only if you get him in that hero chest. So that's running limited time on the public test server. So because there's actually going to be 2 heroes. So also in the hero chest you might be able to get Yip, Y-I-P, Yip, and that is the new Rakan hero. And he's going to be available on the public test realm from October 3rd to October 20th. So once again, I'm just speculating here, but the dates are from September 19th to October 20th. So I'm guessing this update's not going to hit until after October 20th. That's another month from now, and since they've already been teasing it 2 weeks prior to today, You know, that's a long time to wait for this update, but since they're still testing, I can't see them releasing it before October 20th unless they escalate things. So like I said, you know, that's just what I said. And you know, another thing about that hero chest is it's kind of a double whammy compared to this mithril chest. So this one can be, you know, you can buy a second one for 150 Linari, but the hero chest you can only open up every 48 hours. And if you want to buy another one after that, it's going to be double that, so it's going to be 300 Linari to get another hero chest. So those are some of the things coming with the hero chest. I want to welcome Brian to our channel tonight. He plays Clash Royale, and he's here with us tonight. So thank you, Brian Box 43, for attending our stream tonight. Appreciate it. So another thing, this is, if you go to the Art of Conquest, if you go to Google and you type in Art of Conquest forums, you can follow what I'm about to tell you now. So this is not in the game, it's not on the public test realm, it's in the developer diary that they do every week. I think every Tuesday the developers will put this out onto the Art of Conquest forums, so you can read this every Tuesday. But this Tuesday they introduced a concept called the mirror dimension. Now, if you have any Call of Duty fans out there, if you ever played the zombie level in Call of Duty, you know in Call of Duty on the zombie level, it starts out pretty easy. And then as you go stage by stage, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder. And the goal is to see how far you can get in that game on the zombie level. And that's kind of what I gather they're going to go with this mirror dimension based upon what they said. It's an escalated challenge system. The good news is it's a mirror dimension, so, you know, out here, let me get back to my army. So this army I have here, and these heroes, they see my energy level 6555655. So whatever army and whatever my hero energy levels are at, I won't lose any of that once I go into this mirror dimension. So it's basically going to be like a portal somewhere in the world, and I guess it's going to look like a mirror. Alice in Wonderland Looking Glass, I don't know. And you walk through it, and there's going to be a whole bunch of challenges waiting for you. So I expect it's going to be visually, let me see if I can't get to it real quick. I think, did I hit it? Where's it at? I think visually it's going to be like this tactics school here, where you're going to be presented with a whole bunch of challenges, and just like the zombie in Call of Duty, you're going to start off with an easy challenge, and you're going to have an army, and you're going to have your heroes just as you do now, and they're going to have energy levels, all that stuff. And as you navigate through these battles, you know, you'll lose energy and whatnot. And the goal is to get as far as you can, because the further you get, the better the rewards and the more difficult it becomes. So that's the good part about it, is you can pretty much try these challenges without using energy, because, you know, energy is a hot commodity. You want to reserve that energy because there's lots of things you can do that cost energy, and I think it's your most valuable resource that you need to conserve. So I want to welcome Danny Romero to our channel tonight. Thank you, Danny, for watching. If you have any comments, you know, put it in the live chat, and I'll try to address it when I can. But, you know, I just want to appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you, Danny. So this mirror dimension, you know, is just here to give you another opportunity, because this goes back to what we talked to at the very beginning, is what else is there to do in this game? So this is just another thing that they're adding to give you guys an opportunity to have more content in the game, so you can answer that question, what else is there to do? After the PvP, after the escort missions, after, you know, your regular quest missions, this is going to be another facet you can do, you know, outside the boss missions even. You know, it's going to be another thing you can do to keep yourself entertained if you're at the in-game level already. And So we've covered the hero chest, we've covered the mirror dimension. So if you guys have questions about any of that, I'm happy to answer them, and I'll answer them to the best that I can as of right now. I'm not an Android user, I'm an Apple user, so I don't have access to the public test realm, but this is just research I've gotten along the way. I want to welcome Royale Moo to our channel tonight. Thank you for joining. Royale Moo. So thank you, Royale Moo, for joining tonight. I appreciate you having you around, and I hope you check us back on our channel. We're here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Now, this is the next part I'm going to talk about is what I really enjoy doing. You know, I've been playing online games since 2003. My very first MMO was Star Wars Galaxies, and the crafting was phenomenal in that game. And you're going to talk to a lot of people, and I bet you they're going to say Star Wars Galaxies is the best crafting system there ever has been. And I've played a lot of MMOs since that, and I haven't found one that's as complex yet that offers, you know, because you could craft all day in that game and be fully entertained, make a lot of money, and not do an inch of combat. So, you know, crafting in Art of Conquest is going to be introduced in the next update. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how it's going to actually work. So, the main bulk of this video is answering that question, what else is there to do in this game? So this is just another thing that they're adding to allow you to, you know, stay tuned in this game and, you know, keep doing stuff, keep doing different stuff, keep yourself going. So what can you do now to prepare for crafting? What you need to do is come out here and PvP, do quests, do whatever, because what you want to start saving up on now is honor. There's really no use for honor right now, but when this update hits, your honor is going to be used a lot. So what do I mean by a lot? Let me see if I can pull mine up. So yes, I have 32.66 honor, and so there's really not, the only thing you use it for right now is when you change race, and maybe one other thing it gets used for, but change race is the big one right now, and that costs 24k. So what are you going to need the honor for? So when you start crafting items, there's different level of qualities. You have your rare, you're going to have epic, which let me show you now what I'm talking about. So your rare items are going to be all these blue items. I think that's what they were, yeah. And so then your epic items are going to be all your purple items, like this. And then they're adding 2 more new levels, which right now you have this yellow item, and maybe that's considered legendary, I don't know. I don't see on here where it calls it legendary, but that's the next highest up from purple. So, but in addition to that, there's going to be another grade even higher than that called divine. And that's going to have the best stats possible in the game. So right now the yellow is your best possible stats in the game. But when this crafting update hits, you're going to have a new divine level. Now let's talk honor cost. So if you want to craft a blue item, it's going to cost, well, first off, anytime you craft any item, it's going to spend 1 energy from any of your heroes. Because you have to pick what hero you want to use before you craft the item. So it's going to use 1 energy, and it's also going to use honor. So these blue items are going to cost you 600 honor. That seems very small, doesn't it? Well, your purples are going to cost you 4,000. Now we're starting to get up there. That's a big jump, 600 to 4,000. And then it doubles. So legendary is going to cost you 8,000 honor. And then the biggest jump to get a divine crafted item, 20,000 honor. So that pretty much is all the honor I have right now. So if this update was live right now, I would only be able to make 1 divine item, and that would be it. I would only have 4,000 left, so I guess I can make 1 purple item, and then I'd be totally out of honor. So guys, I cannot stress to you enough, if you have nothing to do in the game right now, get in game and start collecting this honor, because you're going to need a crap ton of it once this update hits. Hey Brian, I would answer you, bro, but I don't know Spanish. You talking to me, Brian, or you talking to Wanatimo? Yes, Danny Romero, thank you for asking that item. He asked, when we craft, we get better items, right? Well, there's going to be two ways to do the crafting. Actually, just one to do the actual crafting, but there's another function you can do at the, if you watch my last video, there's going to be a new building in the game. They're called, gosh, I can't even remember it now, but it's where you buy your designs for your crafting. So basically you can craft and you can transmute. So if you've played the Diablo series, Diablo 3 or Diablo 2, you can transmute in that game, and you basically take all your old junk loot and you throw it into this thing and it spits out a new item. So that's what Danny's asking, is will we get better items? So yes, you will get better items. I googled and watched one video from the public test realm where a guy put in all blues and he got lucky on his roll and it spit out a purple item. So that's a better item than what he had before. So that's one way. And then also you can also craft the better items as well. So like I said, to craft a blue, it's going to cost you 1 energy and 600 honor. And then epics is 4k honor, legendaries is 8k honor, and divine is 20k honor. So let me go through, let me try to visualize this crafting process for you guys, since I don't have any footage because I'm not an Android user, I'm an Apple user, so I don't have the footage for you, but here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is, I'll simulate what I can, is you're going to go into the menu, there's going to be a building you're going to click, and then there's going to be an option that says craft, and there's going to be an option that says transmute. So obviously you want to craft, so you're going to hit the craft button, and then it's going to ask you, okay, select your hero. So you have to select which hero you want to craft an item for. So we'll pick Rufio, and I'm just simulating, of course. So, and then after you select a hero, it's going to have a list of what I just mentioned, the rare, epic, legend, and divine. Those are the 4 categories you're going to be able to choose from. And so you pick what type of item you want, the quality of the item. So if you want the best item in the game that you can craft, you're obviously going to pick the divine option. And then after that, it's going to go into a brand new category that we haven't seen before, and it's basically going to show you item slots. So you have to select which gear slot you want to craft, whether it be a sword, a helmet, a cloak, you know, a shield. You'll have to select what gear slot you want to craft for, and then after that you'll be presented with a screen that has all your available recipes to craft for that gear slot. Now the public test realm, they didn't have all the items filled yet, so that's why I think it's going to take another month for them to release this update, because they don't have everything. Like, for example, the legendary items, there was only like a sword and a cloak that you could select. Everything else was blank. So they got a lot of work they're still trying to get done to have all this crafting recipes in place. And then after that, you basically, as long as you have the required materials, you just hit craft, and then it does a little crafting roll, and it has a success. I've, seen item created. I've also seen flawless created or flawless crafted. So I don't really know what the different levels of success mean yet. But another thing that's going to happen is when you transmute, I mentioned this earlier, you put all your items in an item and it spits out a better item or an item of equal value. When it does that transmutation, if that's even a word, you're also going to receive alchemy stones in addition to the item. So those alchemy stones is what you'll be used also when you craft items. So it's going to cost hero energy, it's going to cost honor, and it's going to cost alchemy stones in order to craft items when this update hits. That's a lot I threw at you, so if there's questions, throw them out here, because I don't know if I'm talking too fast or what, but I don't want anything to go over anybody's head. I just want to make sure we all understand what's going to happen. So the main thing you need to do right now is grind on that honor. Get that sucker up there as much as you can, because if you want to get heavy into this crafting process, you're going to need a lot of honor in order to be able to do it. So that's pretty much it for that part of it. Let's see. Let's go see. Has anybody? I have one boss guy left. His name is Solarian. Has anybody beat this guy yet? He's way over here in the Scarn Kingdom. I'm gonna see if I can't take him out right now. I don't know if I'll be successful. Let's see. Where's my? Yeah, I got 2 of that. So I'm gonna use my super unit. Hopefully he'll let me kill him. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen to this guy. I've never tried to beat him before. So the last week I did the second to last boss. And he seemed pretty easy to me. So let me see if there's any more gold units I can collect real quick. Nope. I can almost get that one. I got 3 of those guys. I don't know if that'll help. But here we are. I'll devour the world, Solarian. He definitely looks like the most intimidating boss in the game right now. He's the very last boss you have to do, and he's the only boss I have left to defeat. And I'm gonna see if I can't. That gold, all that loot behind him is making my mouth water right now. So let's see what we can do. Oh, and I get a yellow item from him as well if I knock him down. 8,400 power, which really doesn't mean anything when it comes to these boss fights, because they're insanely overpowered. That number doesn't mean anything in regards to the bosses. So they're really probably like 20k or something. So let's just see what we can do. I'm going to bring out my number 1 army, because that's typically my best. I might change a couple things, but my super unit will be in this mix. Is the game too loud from my voice? If it is, let me know and I can adjust those volume levels, because I don't want to be overpowering you guys on the volume, so just let me know there. So let's see what we got here. We got Goblin Riders, we got Orc people, and yeah, just those 2 units basically, and the boss obviously. And I'm sure there's going to be future waves of troops coming as well, so I'll keep the Goblin guys in there, I'll keep my Gold guys in there. And I'll keep my archers in the back, I guess. Maybe I'll throw one of those. Those are my engineers. I'm gonna take, if I can, oops, don't want to do that. I'm gonna take these guys out and put in these bombardiers, because I just got these guys, and that'll also allow me to have room to add a 12th troop in there. Do you remember at what level you took out Cormir? Danny, what color was that dragon? I don't really remember the name, but if you can tell me what color it was, I might have a better idea for you. So let me see if I can add 1 more troop. It's probably going to have to be horses or another gun, because I think that's the only one that'll fit there. Green. Let me go. I don't really remember Cormir Green. That seems like, is that 1, 2, or 3 in the order? Do you know? Peaches, are you here? Can you help me out with Cormir? I can't really remember Cormir too much. I think that's the first one that uses like, yeah, I think I remember him now. Basically, what I had to do on him is because he's the first dragon that goes after your heroes, I believe, or maybe they all do, I don't remember. But it seemed like that one was really hard for me, and I was probably around troop level 4 or 5, somewhere around there, I'm guessing. And I had to use a ton of archers, a ton of spear people, because the goal is just to keep them surrounded. Anything that gets close to the dragon is just going to get decimated. So you don't want really any. You want a couple tanks in there that can take some damage, but you want to also spread out your heroes. Like, if you can have your heroes in all 4 corners, that'd be great. And then, so that will be my suggestion. I think I just use like those recruitment troops. I don't know if you heard me talking about the recruitment troops earlier, where you get those lizard guys, you get the skeleton spear people, you get those elven archers. Definitely for boss fights, I suggest using only those troops, because they don't cost you anything, and you won't cry if you lose them. So I suggest rolling with that first, and see how you can get them down, because the goal is to do as much DPS as you can, and your archer troops, your ranged troops, those are going to be your highest DPS troops out there. So you want to use those guys, and you want to keep them ranged, because like I said, anything close to a dragon is just going to get annihilated. So try that out, and that's pretty much going to be the same tactic here. You're going to see what happens on this battle. All these footmen, they're going to be the first ones to die, then the horses are going to die next, but the dragon is probably going to lock onto my super unit eventually, and what I can do with this particular unit is I can redeploy him on the battlefield. So when this dragon starts getting close to my super unit, I'm going to hit it redeploy and move him to the other side to kind of keep, you know, kiting that dragon, because you want to keep everything, you know, from being close to him. So let's just, do I have room for horses? Let's see here. Nope, not enough long ways. Can I put anything in that slot? Let's go through real quick. Nope, 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 nope. Lego Batman. No, 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 no. Sorry, that was Lego Batman reference. Let's see. I don't think I have anything that goes in there. Nope. So we're just gonna have to roll with this. Let's just see how hard this is. Here we go. The last boss battle fight. And like I said, the dragon's going straight for my super unit, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. And now redeploy him right before he can get that blast of fire out. Woo! See you later. Land behind him. And there we have it. He's immune. Freeze immune, so I can't freeze this guy. Fire off. I don't even know what that ability does. That must be... Oh, dang. Okay, I like that ability. I'll consume you all. Okay, hope not. But, let me bring my skeleton guy to help out with the goblin riders. Oh crap, he just destroyed my super unit. Oh my god. Man, and I still have 2 energy. Oh my god, he's just killing me now. Look at that breath of fire, he is destroying everything I have right now. I'll try to heal, but I don't know how much it's going to do at this point. So, the world shall burn. Apparently, it's burning pretty good. Congrats to Solarion, the master for now. Look at that. Dang, look at that fire breath he's got. My goblin riders seem to be doing... And I don't think I'll be able to freeze him, but I'll try it anyway. Yeah, freeze immune. So now my goblin riders are gonna die. There they go. What's... Dang it. Oh, they're not dying. And I just... Oh, I did just die. Jeez. Oh wow, that was really hard. Let me leave this battle. Let's see, Danny, where's this bacon? Yeah, cooked a lot of bacon on that battle. Cormir, can you kind of tell me where Cormir is at? I forget, because they don't show him since I've already killed him. I don't know where he's at anymore. But it is Peaches. Is that the one we had the trouble with the first time, and we had to use ranged troops on? I think that's the one. So yeah, wow, that guy just, man, that last boss. I'm gonna have to keep working on my dwarf army and get more gold troops, cause I'm gonna need something. I thought I was doing all right at first, but I guess I just wasn't realizing how bad he was kicking my butt till the very end, cause he took out that super unit, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble now. Yeah, range all the ways. A catapult to distract. But if you have if you have like the lowest quality catapult, you may not want to use that one because the hit points are pretty atrocious on that one. So if you have at least a silver catapult, you could use that. He's close to House Charberry. Let's see. I hate this scrolling. I keep swiping and it doesn't want to scroll sometimes. You guys ever have that? I don't know if that's an issue just for me, or if you guys have that issue where it doesn't want to scroll on the map sometimes. Like right now, I'm sliding and the map wasn't moving for like 2 seconds. So there's Charberry. Yeah, so that's going to be one of the first ones you come across. Yeah, I remember that one now. So yeah, do you have a lot of range, Danny? I definitely recommend using a lot of ranged. If you don't have ranged, what you can do is zoom out until you can see these purple head icons, and you need to find one. Where is he at? This has ranged people. The scout camp. They have mounted troops there, and that's near Blackmore. There's ranged troops there. The League of Sorcery will be magic elemental mages. That's ranged. But the Elven encampment has Elven archers, and they seem to work really well on those boss fights from what I remember. So yeah, visit a couple of those. Yeah, the little fast archers, the Elvens, that's what Peaches agrees with also. So what they look like is these, there's actually 2 forms of them. You have the Elvens and you have the Sylphs. So these are your Sylphs, I believe. Yeah, your Sylph archers. And it's a very agile unit, but they've got light armor, it says. So they have arrows that slow the enemy down, so I think that's probably your best one you want to use. And then your secondary best is going to be these guys here. Oops. It's going to be these Elven archers. Obviously, you're not going to have level 7, but you still should be able to recruit your level at the Elven archer encampment. So give that a shot, and let me know how that goes. If you still don't have success with that, then go to my channel and there's a discussion tab. Post what happened there, and I'll reply to you after the stream later tonight. So I'll be checking in there. So if you know where to get the sentry. I know the ninja village up here, you can get recon ninja assassins. Whoops, didn't mean to hit that. And then barracks spearmen, summoning stone, you can get lich pikemen there. I don't remember sentries though. Elvens. You might be able to get, like I said, the elite mercenary camp is going to have your highest quality. And then you have goblin riders. And your elemental people, your scouts. Berserkers are there, and then over here you have orcs. And there you have mounted archers. So that's another good one to get. But I think at your level, you probably don't have access to this map because it's gated by your level. I think once you get to like level 17, or castle level 17, I think the whole map will open up to you at that point. So what level is your castle right now, Danny? Yeah, 15. So you're almost there. So at 7, you probably won't be able to get to this elite mercenary camp down here in Devilmar, because I think that opens up at level 17, and like I just said, way over here on the Ethos area, Ethos, Gothar, Elfgate, Krakenpool, all that is probably blocked to you as well. So yeah, just try all range. Just go around to all these purple recruitment places that you do have access to. Get yourself some free troops, and it's not really free, but it is pretty much free because it costs you pennies compared to what it would cost you if you were to make them in your barracks or whatever. But yeah, try that out, and just try a different combination of ranged troops. You do want to have your tanks in there, so you know, some good tanks to have, like Peaches mentioned, would be the catapult is a tank. If you have these swordsmen, are you human race? What race are you? You said sentry, so you might be dwarf like me. Maybe that's why I don't recognize sentry, because I haven't got acclimated to every troop yet. So I have engineers. technicians, miners. Okay, so you're human, so yeah, definitely get some of those foot soldier guys as your major tank in addition to those catapults, if you're able to make catapults yet. But that's good advice for you for now, and hopefully you have good luck with that. So there we have it. So, oh, I almost forgot. So, we've talked about so far transmuting, we've talked about crafting, but there's one thing that is in the game right now that's not really in the game that they're getting ready to basically unlock for us, and that's governing your heroes. So if you go to any of your heroes right now, open them up, you'll see these two little padlocks. Well, that's about to be unlocked, guys. So those item slots are called trinkets, and you will be able to craft them. So look forward to that. We can finally unlock these slots, and you'll be able to craft items, which will make your heroes even more formidable than what they are now, because you'll have 2 extra gear slots that you can put more stats on. So you can put your trinkets in there, and like all the other crafting, there'll be you can select what quality it's going to be, you know, your epic, your divine, your legendary, what have you. So yeah, that's great stuff that I'm definitely looking forward to. I just want to get my hands on this crafting system, because I just want to start churning all the different possible stats and, you know, really gear out my heroes. Because right now I'm just deciding if I want to spend the 1800 Linari to get those yellow items. So that's pretty much all I can do right now in regards to gear. Also, another one in the not too distant future that's not really about Art of Conquest, is more about my channel. I'm going to be changing my schedule in the next 1 to 2 months, and it's going to change for the better, actually. So right now, what I do is I do on Tuesdays Clash of Clans, Late for Supper Clan. If you want to find more info, you can hit the About section. We have our clan tags there. And then tonight, Thursday, we do Art of Conquest. And then Sunday, we do Clash Royale. Well, in my upcoming schedule, we're going to combine the Clash games. So Tuesday is going to be 2 hours instead of 1 hour. And it's going to be Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. Thursdays, we're still going to stick to Art of Conquest. And then Sundays, I'm going to use as my rotation day, because I'm a PS4 owner, and Battlefront 2 launches in November. Beta actually comes out real soon, I think in October. But I don't really want to stream the beta, because that's probably goes against their their NDA. So I'm going to wait till the game is officially released, and I'm going to try to get some Battlefront action for you guys, some Battlefront 2. I played Battlefront 1 and maxed out my character, and I enjoyed playing the sniper role more than anything. I'm not really good at the close quarters combat. I just like to pick them off from afar. But the good news about Battlefront 2 is they're going to have the Force Awakens people in it, and also, you know, items and gear from the upcoming movie The Last Jedi. So, you know, in addition to that, I'm probably going to throw in some Diablo 3, maybe some Minecraft different weeks, but I'm basically at that point going to use Sunday as my rotational day, where I just show a different, you know, look at different games. You know, when Battlefront 2 first comes out, I'm probably going to stick with Battlefront for a while, but, you know, I can always go to other games, but I pretty much just want to stay at 3 days a week for right now, just to build up my audience, because, you know, like I said, I've only been at this about a month. So if you guys have any suggestions for games you would like to see, you know, put them in the comments below, and I'll see if I can't get it added to our future schedule. So that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. This has been Art of Conquest. I am StinkPot from the StinkPot Shack Show. Danny, I hope you the best with that boss. Peaches, thank you for coming tonight. Danny, thank you for coming tonight. Brian Box 43, Royal Moo Royale, thank you for showing up tonight, as well as Juana Timo. I appreciate having you all guys here. Hopefully I'll be at my 50th subscriber soon, and we can keep moving forward. And so one more thing before I go, Clash Royale Sunday, we're having a tournament. If you're interested in being in the tournament, go into Clash Royale, find Late for Supper, and join our clan. And on Sunday's stream, I'll have the password here. on the screen. You see how it says StinkPot Shack Show? There'll be a whole new layout. It'll kind of look similar to this, and it'll have the password there. So that's the only way you're going to be able to participate in our tournament, is if you're on this live stream and getting the password. So, like I said, thank you for being here, and have a good night. StinkPot out.